Hi there, my name is Lenora. This is a one-woman monologue, which is very efficient, no waste, no fluff. This is not a three-act play. First, I want to share with you the history of Lean and its connection to Six Sigma. Some might say that Lean Sigma was started by Eli Whitney. Yes, he is the inventor of the cotton gin, but he also had a musket manufacturing company where he created interchangeable parts. But it really was in Japan that the lean concepts really came to fruition. And amazingly enough, and it was an American, Deming, who was over there as an engineer who utilized some statistical processes and information to help the Japanese control waste and inefficiencies in their production as they were recovering from World War II and going from a military economy to a production economy. And then it was the threat of the competition of the Japanese in the automotive industry and other production industries that got the attention of the United States to get competitive. And so interesting that an American goes over and helps the Japanese and is known for being really the grandfather of quality. And you have Toyota, and you have the founders there who created and really accentuated lean principles in process improvement, removing inefficiencies and waste and reducing defects and rework and getting things out faster and engaging workers in learning and in the process of improvement. That over in the United States, businesses started in Motorola looking at ways to increase their quality and their improvement. And out of that was born Six Sigma. So bringing Lean Six Sigma and lean principles together, you bring the value of both quality and process improvement. Six Sigma. Sigma is a Greek term for standard deviation. And Six Sigma is the number of deviations of removing product issues and defects and increasing their efficiency and effectiveness, which has the result of creating profitability, reducing rework, engaging innovation, and meeting customer satisfaction and needs. So Lean Six Sigma, whether it was called that, it was actually a phrase coined in the late 1980s by a group of researchers who did a 5-year study on how to make basically American automotive industry competitive again, and they coined the term lean manufacturing. So you combine the statistical, the practices, the techniques, and the tools together, and you have a very proven methodology that can be used in organizations to improve them, to meet customer demands and needs, and engage workers. At NWEA, where I work, which is an educational services organization, we introduce Lean Six Sigma throughout the organization, and we really engage senior leadership in the very beginning, because without that, it's very hard to be successful in this. In my own area, human resources, I applied Lean Six Sigma with the thought of, we have these equity state laws, pay laws that are coming up. How can we improve our process to make sure we're in compliance with those equity pay laws, improve pay equity, improve diversity pay and gender pay equity? And so I utilize Lean Six Sigma in a small project to improve the process of paying and ensuring that our pay is internally equitable and market competitive. So using the DMAIC process of define, measure, through which is a lean principle, and then plan, do, check, act, the problem-solving methodology, we're able to look at the process, remove the efficiencies that were present, the number of hands that touched it, the lack of consistent training, education, and applied that to the project, and we're able to create a way to make our process more efficient, concrete, and repeatable, something I will include as a part of this process. So lean Six Sigma can be applied anywhere. In fact, the combination of adding the two together and looking at the business as an integrated process of operational efficiency and product and service efficiency is a really important and valuable thing to do. As Steve Jobs was noted in an interview that he did, it helps to also unleash the potential of your people by getting them involved early on in the efficiencies and reducing waste and engaging their hearts and their minds and their intelligence. You are helping create a line directly to the customer to meet customer needs quicker, faster, which will help you be more market competitive. But lean is not something you can do overnight. It has to be both a practice and a philosophy and a methodology that you commit yourself to. But one of the places to overcome resistance to lean is a couple things. One, start where you're at. Pick a project that interests you, kind of like a dissertation. You're going to be with it for a while, so pick something that interests you. And then experiment. See what you find. Write up your findings. Try something new. That way, if you see things as an experiment, it doesn't make it feel like it's all having to be all or in or not making it or succeeding or failing. And also leaders really have to be aware of that when you're asking these new processes to be put in place and you're moving new methodologies in like Lean Six Sigma, you got to be prepared for resistance. Resistance is normal. It's a human behavior. When people are going to lose things, are going to have to change things or do things differently, they go through a loss process. So effective leaders understand the change management process. They understand what people are giving up, what they might benefit from at the other end, and they can manage both the behavior and the psychological process that people have to go through. These are the elements that will help ensure that your project has the ability to see its way through to the finish line and delight customers at the other end. I will end with a haiku. Lean on you, lean over.